The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 giants in video games.
Oh, that's got to be the sickest thing I've ever seen.
Since some of the biggest, baddest giants don't show up until later in their games, please note that this video will contain some spoilers. Also note that we're only talking about living things, not robots. The giants also have to be bipedal in nature, thus excluding dragons, as they have a list of their own already.
Fall to your deaths, worthless insects!
Number 1, Malus, Shadow of the Colossus. Was there really a choice? Shadow of the Colossus is considered to be one of the best games ever made, and the giants are its sole focus. No hordes of minions, no side quests, just a cast of colossi so memorable they could have taken over this list if we'd let them. Instead, we'll tip our hat to Malus, the final Colossus. Half giant, half obsidian tower, he provides a darkly atmospheric finale to a game praised for its beauty and challenge. Unique, scary, awe-inspiring, this guy is a classic. Number 2, Kronos, God of War 3.
The murderer of Gaia enters my tomb.
It takes someone special to make the jacked up, terrifying god killer Kratos look puny. Kronos is a classic giant. He belongs to the school of thick-skulled, chains-up monsters out to crush our hero. But we've never seen Fee-Fi-Fo-Fum on this level before.
Kratos, your death will not be a gentle one.
It takes everything Kratos has to make his way up the Titan's forearm, all while contending with skeletons, golems, and some really nasty fingernails. And that's just Kronos' exterior. The encounter redefines epic, and there's some real satisfaction in inflicting dozens of tiny, splattery little wounds along the way.
I will make you into a bloody stain.
Number 3, Mechonis and Bionis, Xenoblade Chronicles.
The Titans were locked in a timeless battle.
Okay, one of these two is technically mechanical, but we'll give it a pass because his rival isn't, and it's their battle to stalemate which serves as the creation story for this whole game. You see, Xenoblade takes place entirely on the surface of these giants, with the white Bionis representing natural life and the black Mechonis representing the machines. Civilizations have grown up on their skin while they've been knocked out cold. There's just one problem. What happens when they start to wake up?
The pain of my people, echoing through the millennia.
For giving us a unique fantasy world that clings to the surface of giants, this game definitely deserves a mention. Number 4, Gongen Wyzen, Azura's Wrath.
I am Wyzen of the Seven Deities.
If we're talking sheer size, it's hard to top a guy bigger than planet Earth. This anime-style action game featured formidable foes from front to back. In fact, Wyzen's original form, big enough to fit Azura in the palm of his hand, might have already made it onto our list. Seeing that this is a Japanese game, Wyzen only reveals his true self after taking a beating, and suddenly, he's massive enough to crush an entire continent with his finger. Of course, that finger is apparently his mortal weakness, which explains why he isn't higher on this list. Number 5, Leviathan, Resistance 2. There's only one thing that can go through your head when this sucker strolls out from behind a skyscraper. Do I have to deal with that? The monster's design is full-on nasty. Spider eyes, entrails hanging everywhere, spit flying as he roars in your face. Worse yet, you'll have to let him pick you up and toss you from rooftop to rooftop if you want to take him down. The The battle succeeds at making you feel like a frantic human in a Godzilla movie. Just remember to take a bath afterwards. Number 6, Kabuto, Giants Citizen Kabuto. This cult classic combined third-person action, strategic thinking, and slapstick humor for a unique dose of fun.
That's it, we're staying.
It also let players take on the role of a teal giant named Kabuto, who was raised by mermaids in captivity before breaking free, and now uses pro wrestling moves, including the notorious butt drop, to smash everything in his path. Yikes. Needless to say, Kabuto is one of a kind, both in his world and in ours.
Wait, it's not over.
As for me, love.
Number 7, The Last Giant, Dark Souls 2. The Souls series is loved for its grungy, apocalyptic take on fantasy, and this twisted baddie really captures the mood. Just look at him. The swords impaled in his back and the column sticking through his chest let you know that he means business, or at least did at one point. Yet, he doesn't seem like just another, faceless monster. Much like the whole world of Drangleic, The Last Giant poses more questions than he answers. The remnants of a tragedy long forgotten. Number 8, The Titan, Sanctum 2. First off, spoiler warning, this one describes the final scene of Sanctum 2. The game ends with the player victorious over Loom, the alien creatures trying to wipe out your settlements. After the final battle, you notice the game's credits rolling off in the distance. You move closer to take a look, only to see, yep, the Titan Loom. A majestic baddie bigger than anything you've faced, making its way to your home city. Now, there is a cliffhanger. Number 9, George, Lizzie, and Ralph, Rampage series. Obviously, giants make great villains, but have you ever wanted to play as King Kong or Godzilla? Well, way back in '86, Bally Midway mixed things up for arcade goers. 3 players at a time could take on the roles of these lovable super mutants and wreck cities all across America. You got points for smashing buildings, snacking on helpless civilians, and fighting back against the National Guard. The concept was different and just plain fun. No surprise that Rampage was a staple of arcades for over a decade. Far out. Ten, El Gigante, Resident Evil 4. This game changed up the Resident Evil formula by focusing on action over puzzle solving, so naturally it needed some memorable monsters for its hero to contend with. El Gigante is memorable simply for his introduction. A group of cultists unleash the beast as a weapon to use against the player, but they quickly regret it as the giant thrashes them like ragdolls. He's huge, he's mean, and you have to be smart to survive, especially once he starts swinging trees around. And don't rest easy once you've beaten him, because you'll soon find out that there's more than one of them. Before we unveil our number 1 pick for the best giant, here are a few honorable mentions. Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite giant?
You're gonna have a hard time keeping this quiet.
For more gaming top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You will have to